Joe Metheny, the killer who wanted the world to fear him. What if one of the most horrifying stories you have ever heard was not entirely true? For years, people whispered about a giant man from Baltimore who claimed he turned his victims into barbecue and served them to unsuspecting customers. Whether that shocking claim was real or not, one fact is certain. Joe Metheny was a convicted murderer whose brutal crimes left families devastated and whose confessions blurred the line between truth and myth. This is the disturbing story of Joe Metheny. Joseph Roy Joe Metheny was born on March 2, 1955, in Baltimore, Maryland. His childhood was marked by hardship. His father died when Joe was young, and his family struggled with poverty. As he grew older, he became involved with heavy drug and alcohol abuse, especially heroin and crack cocaine. Despite holding steady jobs, his addiction and violent behavior spiraled out of control. In the mid-1990s, Joe targeted vulnerable women, many of whom struggled with addiction or homelessness. Investigators eventually linked him to the murders of two women, Catherine Magaziner and Kimberly Spicer, for which he was convicted. He also confessed to many other killings, claiming he had murdered as many as 13 people. However, authorities could verify only a small number of those claims, and many were never supported by physical evidence. The story that made Joe Metheny infamous was his claim that he mixed human flesh with pork and beef and sold it from a roadside barbecue stand. The confession spread around the world and became one of the most repeated stories in true crime history. But investigators never found evidence proving this actually happened. Court records and police investigations confirmed his murders, but the barbecue story remains unverified and may have been another attempt by Joe to make himself appear even more terrifying. Joe's downfall came in December 1996, after a woman escaped from his trailer following an assault and alerted police. During the investigation, authorities uncovered evidence connecting him to multiple crimes. He was convicted of murdering Catherine Magaziner and Kimberly Spicer, initially sentenced to death. His death sentence was later overturned, and he spent the rest of his life serving life sentences, without the possibility of parole. On August 5, 2017, Joe Metheny was found dead in his prison cell at the age of 62. He never left prison, and many of the mysteries surrounding his confessions were never resolved.